5 things to know before choosing that school to study in. Is it important to know these things or not? Knowing them might make your life better, but not knowing them literally does not make your life any difficult. But believe me, knowing these things or considering these things or putting these things into mind before choosing that school that you want to study in is very important. So what are those things? Let's get started.
Oh, na, 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 oh, it's PASCOKE again.
Hello guys, and you're welcome to the Journey of a Naija Boy. My name is Pascal Oke, or you can call me Pascali, that you already know. For those of you that are new to my channel, I say thank you very much for joining in today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, click on the subscribe button right now. Subscribe to this channel so that I can continue giving you educative information all the time. For those of you that are regular subscribers on my channel, I say kudos to you. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you've not missed me a lot, because I've missed you guys. So today I'll be talking about 5 things that you need to know before choosing a school to study in. This will help you when you want to study abroad. It doesn't matter if it is Canada or anywhere in the world, but believe me, these are really important things for you to consider. Knowing them will really help you, will really make your life a little bit better than whatever it will be without knowing them. And what are those things that you need to know before coming to come and study in Canada? The number one thing you need to know or you need to consider before choosing that school to study is to know the ranking of that particular school. What is the ranking of the school? There are a lot of websites online that you can actually check the ranking of a particular school before you decide to study in that particular school. And what happened? Why do I ask you to know the ranking of the school? I think sometimes the prospect of getting a job or doing better in life depends on the kind of school that you go and the ranking of the school in particular as well. So say, for example, if you have 100 colleges or universities in a particular country or in Canada that you want to go to, I would expect that the ranking of the school that you want to study in should be between number 1 and number 20 at most. In some cases, there are some schools that are really good, but because of the competitiveness of all the schools that are in that particular country, even if your school is ranked between 1 and 50, that is still a very good school for you to go to. But believe me, if you really need to study abroad and you don't just want to get your certificate from anyhow school, it is best that you check the ranking of the school. I'm going to drop a link for you to check the ranking of any school that you want to apply to before applying there. Number 2, you need to put in mind the course that you want to study. How good is the school that you want to apply to in that particular course, in that particular program that you want to study? For example, myself, when I wanted to study in the University of New Brunswick, I made my research about the school. I knew the ranking of the school. And when I was finding out about computer science that I wanted to study, I found out that UNB is the first university in the whole of North America to have a faculty of computer science, meaning that they are strongly rooted in computer science. So it wasn't a bad choice for me. I knew that coming to that place, I'm going to get a lot of experience, because given their history when it comes to computer science, I could do no wrong choosing that particular school as a school that I want to study computer science. And believe me, studying computer science at the University of New Brunswick was a joy for me, and I really enjoyed my time there. Believe me, I really enjoyed it. I know that things are different now, but when I was studying, I really enjoyed studying in school. The third thing to put in mind is the fees and the tuition of that particular school. And people don't really check this thing when they are looking for a school. Before, I remember a long time ago when we used to apply for prospectus from different schools in the UK and different countries too as well. We just want the fancy name school. We don't consider how much we are going to pay in fees or in tuition, application fees. Some schools have application fees that you need to pay, and application fees ranges from $100 to like $250, depending on whatever school that you want to apply to. And these are the things that you need to put in mind, and you need to be sure the tuition of the particular course that you want to study. There's a difference in tuition when it comes to the school, when it comes to the program that you want to study. Some programs have expensive tuition than other programs. These are the things that you really need to note before considering a school, before choosing a school to apply to. You need to be sure whether or not you'll be able to pay those tuitions. Will you be able to pay those fees that the school is asking from you? If you're not going to be able to pay them, I don't think there's a good thing in choosing that particular school. There are a lot of schools that have cheaper tuition and that you can apply to. One of those schools is Memorial University in Newfoundland and Labrador. And I did a video about studying at the cheapest school in Canada, which I spoke to a student who finished from that particular school. You can check those videos out. I'll put the link up here for you to check it. So before you decide whether or not to apply to a particular school, be sure that their fees are affordable for you and for the program that you want to study. Good. The next thing is the location of the school that you want to apply to. Believe me, coming from Africa, there are a lot of things that we need to adjust to when it comes to location. There's weather, there is expenses that you need to make in that particular environment. Coming to a different system is always shocking to some people, or it's always shocking to me how some people try as much as possible to cope, but then they could not really adjust to the environment. Knowing the location of the school is very, very important. How bad is the weather? Is it very cold? Is it very hot? You need to know. You need to know what to wear, when to wear something, because sometimes you dress so warm and then it is very cold. You dress so cold and then it is very warm. Canada is one of those places that you need to be careful what you wear on any given day. And believe me, sometimes you just feel like, the weather is nice today, and you go outside and you find out that it's something else for you. So you need to be sure of the location of the school that you want to apply to. And again, part of being sure of the location is the expenses in that particular location. Some schools are located in cities that are really, really expensive. Take, for example, I know that most people, when it comes to Canada, everyone is really eager to go to Ontario, Toronto, which is the same place. And believe me, schools are not just only expensive there. Living there is expensive. When it comes to getting houses, when it comes to buying things, they are really, really expensive because it is a big city. And one of the advantages of studying in New Brunswick for me is because Fredericton is such a small city, not so small, but then in its own right, it is not as big as compared to the big city, the Ottawa, the Toronto and the likes. So if you want to study abroad, be sure that the location that you are trying to apply to is not so expensive for you. It's not something that is going to run you down at the end of the day, because it is not just the school that you want to come and study. It is not just the course or the program that you want to come and study. You need to learn how to live to. You need to learn how to adjust to a new environment. And one of those things is managing your expenses very well. And you don't want a place that is going to drain you. You're probably looking for your tuition first, but then your living expenses too must be considered. So be sure where the school is located before choosing to apply to that school. The last but not the least, which is almost intertwined with the previous one, which is the location, is knowing the prospect of finding a job in that particular city. You need to be sure that this city that you're applying to has a good prospect of me getting a job after I'm done with the school. Believe me, a lot of us are moving from one place to another, not just because there are no jobs for us. I could tell you there are certain courses that if you study, you are guaranteed to have job. Not as if that you find it very easy to find job, but compared to other programs, you find them easy to get job. And things, jobs in financial institution, in IT, and in healthcare, those are 3 jobs that I know that, believe me, if you study anything related to that, you will easily find a job compared to other programs that can be studied abroad or in any other places too as well. So you need to be sure that this city that I'm going to stay, because sometimes it is really difficult moving from one city to another. Believe me, it is not easy when you have to pack all your load. You're done from one place, you have to pack all your load and decide to go to another place, a faraway land or another place that is not as far as the place that you want to be. But believe me, you need to be sure that you have a prospect of getting a job there. You need to look up things like job prospects. What are those jobs that are available in this particular city? My program that I want to study in this university, will I be able to get a job after I'm done with this program? Believe me, once you consider all these things, life will be really, really easy for you. And again, I didn't tell you that I have a website. You can visit my website on www.pascoke.com. And if you need my services or you need to speak to me, you can always check my website and click on the services tab and book a quick ask, and you will always get directly to talk to me. I know some of us are really, really busy and we don't have the time to do all this research. But believe me, if you need my services in doing all these things, I have a website that you can visit. You can visit me on www.pascoke.com/services, or you can just visit pascoke.com and click on the services tab, and you would see the list of all the services that are provided. You can always click to do a quick ask and you will get connected to me. If you need any answer to any question question, you can always ask me to as well. I'll be ready to help you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel again, please do well to click on the subscribe button right now. Subscribe to my channel and continue sharing my videos, like my videos and share it with your friends too. If this video has helped you today, let me know in the comment section that it has helped you. And if you have any other question, you can always put them down in the comment section and I'll do well to reply to you again. Thank you very much for joining me. I remain Pascal Oke, aka Pascali that you already know. Take care. Bye.